Have you ever wondered why walking, something so simple and natural, suddenly feels risky as you get older? Why does a quick stroll to the mailbox or getting out of bed sometimes feel like a challenge? For many seniors, a single misstep can lead to serious consequences. Weeks in the hospital, painful recoveries, or even losing the independence you've worked so hard to maintain. But what if I told you that you don't have to live in fear of falling? What if small, easy changes in how you walk could help you feel steadier, safer, and more confident with every step? In this video, we're going to share 6 proven walking techniques used by real seniors across America, backed by physical therapists and aging experts. These methods aren't complicated or expensive. There's no need for fancy equipment or gym memberships, just practical tips that anyone can start using today. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, or you care about a loved one who struggles with balance, these techniques can dramatically improve your stability and reduce the risk of falls. Stick with us until the end, and you'll not only learn what these habits are, but why they work, how they protect your body, and how they can help you reclaim your freedom to move without fear. Your steps can be stronger, your confidence higher, and your quality of life better, starting right now. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Step 1. Head position awareness. It may seem like such a simple thing, just where you hold your head when you walk, but this small detail has an enormous impact on your entire body's balance and stability. Imagine your head as the lead car of a long train. Wherever that lead car moves, the rest of the cars follow behind in perfect alignment. For many of us, especially as we grow older, there's a natural tendency to look down at the ground when we walk, maybe out of habit or even out of caution. But ironically, this habit quietly increases the risk of falling, something that can shake your confidence and independence more than you might realize. You might think that keeping your eyes on your feet protects you from tripping or stumbling. That's a very natural reaction. But what I've learned, and what many movement experts confirm, is that looking down for extended periods works against you. When your head dips downward, your shoulders start to round forward, your spine bends unnaturally, and your center of gravity shifts off balance. This subtle but critical misalignment makes you more vulnerable to missing cracks, bumps, or unexpected obstacles on your path. It's like your body is fighting a silent battle to stay upright, and losing little by little. I remember hearing about Harold, a 78-year-old former mechanic who loves his morning walks around the neighborhood. Harold used to worry about tripping, so he'd often gaze down at his feet. Over time, he noticed a creeping unsteadiness, especially on downhill slopes. After talking with a movement specialist, Harold realized that his downward gaze was making him lean too far forward, throwing his balance off. Once he made a simple but powerful change, lifting his chin slightly and focusing his eyes about 10 to 15 feet ahead, his whole experience shifted. He told me that his steps became smoother, his body felt lighter, and he wasn't as tense or fearful. That small change in where he looked gave him back a surprising sense of control and confidence. When you keep your head upright, your spine naturally aligns, your core muscles engage gently but firmly, and your balance improves without even having to think about it. It's a beautiful example of how such a small adjustment can create a ripple effect of stability throughout your body. So if you've ever felt uncertain or shaky while walking, or if you catch yourself constantly staring at the ground, I encourage you to try this. Trust your eyes to lead you, not your fears. Let your vision guide your steps forward, because sometimes the most profound improvements in your balance come from the simplest shifts, starting right at the top with where you choose to look. Step 2. Rediscover the rhythm of your arms. When most people think about maintaining balance, their minds immediately jump to the legs and feet, the obvious pillars of support. But here's a truth that often gets overlooked. Your arms are just as vital in keeping you steady and confident as you move. Think of your arms as the body's natural counterweights, working in harmony with your legs to maintain a smooth, balanced stride. Each time your right leg steps forward, your left arm should gently swing forward alongside it, and the same goes for the other side. This beautiful, natural crossing motion is what helps keep your momentum fluid and your upper body stable, like a well-tuned dance your body knows instinctively but sometimes forgets. This isn't merely about movement, it's about trust. Trusting your body to stay upright and balanced without forcing yourself to overcompensate or stiffen up every few steps. Sadly, I've seen so many wonderful older adults unknowingly stop swinging their arms when they walk. It's heartbreaking because often they don't even realize they're doing it. Maybe it's due to nagging shoulder pain, or perhaps they're habitually carrying bags or belongings. But more than anything, it often comes down to fear, the silent, creeping fear of falling. When we become anxious, our bodies tense, and that natural rhythm that keeps us steady simply disappears. It's like the music inside us suddenly fades, leaving us offbeat and unsteady. Let me share a story about Miss Bernice, a vibrant 79-year-old retired teacher. After a fall, she began relying on a cane, hoping it would help her regain her independence. Yet, despite using the cane every day, her balance seemed to worsen, making her feel more fragile than ever. Her physical therapist noticed something important. Bernice's left arm no longer swung freely but stayed rigidly clutching the cane. With gentle encouragement, Bernice started practicing alternating arm movements, allowing her cane to support one side while letting the other arm move naturally. After only a few weeks, she told me with a smile that walking felt lighter, almost like a burden had been lifted. She felt more like herself again, strong, steady, and in control. So here's my heartfelt advice to you. Keep your elbows soft and relaxed, your hands open and free, and let your arms swing naturally as you walk. You don't need to force or exaggerate it. A calm, steady rhythm is all it takes. Even if one arm feels weaker or stiffer, make sure the other keeps moving. Remember, one swinging arm is better than none, and that simple motion might just bring back the confidence and balance you've been missing. Your body remembers this dance. It just needs a little reminder to start moving again. Step 3. Focus on how your feet touch the ground. At first glance, it might seem like such a natural, automatic motion, just putting one foot in front of the other without much thought. But the way your foot lands with each step plays a powerful role in shaping your entire sense of balance and stability. It's surprising how many older adults begin to walk with flat feet or even land on their toes first without even realizing it. This subtle shift may seem harmless at first, but over time, it quietly chips away at your stability, making you more prone to wobbling or even falling. Let me share what a healthy walking step looks like, because it's not just about grace or aesthetics, it's about protecting your body every single time you move. Ideally, you start each step by gently placing your heel down first, almost like a whisper to the ground. From there, the pressure naturally rolls through the arch of your foot, absorbing impact and cushioning your joints. Finally, your toes push off the ground, propelling you forward into the next step with strength and rhythm. This smooth heel-to-toe flow isn't just an old-fashioned concept. It's your body's built-in way of keeping you steady and protecting your joints from unnecessary wear and tear. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, why does this pattern change as we age? In my experience, and from what I've seen with many seniors, stiffness in the joints or lingering aches from past injuries often cause people to subconsciously avoid landing on their heels. Instead, some shuffle their feet or take hesitant, flat steps because of a deep-seated fear of falling. The heartbreaking irony is that this very fear often makes falls more likely, as shuffling reduces your ability to react to uneven surfaces and obstacles. I want to tell you about Leonard, a 74-year-old gentleman who loves spending time in his garden. Like many, Leonard started noticing he was stumbling more often, especially on his back porch. He realized he wasn't lifting his feet properly. His steps had become short and flat. With guidance from a caring physical therapist, Leonard learned to retrain his walk, consciously beginning each step with a deliberate heel touch. Clutching the kitchen counter for support, he practiced slowly and patiently, one careful step at a time. And then, after a couple of weeks, something remarkable happened. His legs felt stronger, his knees hurt less, and most importantly, his confidence soared. Leonard wasn't rushing, but his movements felt more controlled, more purposeful, and that made all the difference. When you lead with your heel, it's like waking up a team inside your body. Your calf muscles engage, your hips swing smoothly in rhythm, and your entire leg works together like a well-oiled machine. This isn't just exercise. It's reconnecting with your body's natural balance and harmony. Here's a simple, gentle exercise I recommend. Walk barefoot slowly across a soft towel laid on the floor. Pay close attention to how each part of your foot touches and presses against the surface. At first, it might feel strange or awkward, but with consistent practice, this awareness becomes second nature. And as your body relearns this pattern, you'll notice your risk of falling decreases, often without you even realizing it. That quiet change, that subtle strengthening of your foundation, can bring an incredible sense of peace and freedom in your daily life. Step 4. The power of small steps. At first glance, this might sound almost too simple to make a real difference. You might think, how could the length of my stride possibly affect my balance? But trust me, it matters more than you might imagine, especially as the years add up. When we were young, taking long, confident strides felt natural. It was just how we moved through life, bold, steady, and full of energy. For decades, those big steps carried us through countless journeys, from chasing dreams to everyday errands. But as time goes by, those once effortless long steps can quietly turn into hidden hazards. It's something many of us don't realize until a sudden stumble or a close call shakes our confidence. Why does this happen? When you reach too far forward with your lead foot, your body's weight shifts backward, upsetting your delicate center of gravity. This not only puts extra strain on your knees and hip joints that have already endured years of wear and tear, but it also slows down your reaction time. If you unexpectedly slip or trip, your body can't respond quickly enough to save you from a fall. But here's the uplifting truth. Taking shorter, more mindful steps can bring incredible benefits. These smaller strides help keep your weight balanced directly over your feet, giving you a stronger, steadier connection to the ground beneath you. Your movements become smoother and more controlled, and your reflexes sharpen. It's almost like your body is reminded of its rhythm, efficient and graceful, not overreaching or vulnerable. Think about toddlers, those little humans learning to walk for the very first time. Their steps are small and cautious, their arms stretched out to steady themselves, and their bodies low to the ground. They aren't rushing anywhere. Their whole focus is simply on staying upright, on finding balance with every shaky move. That pure, instinctive wisdom doesn't fade as we age. It grows even more important. At any age, stability should always come before speed. I think of Mr. Franklin, a retired postman in his early 80s, who always prided himself on walking fast and taking long strides. He believed it was a sign of strength and vitality, a way to keep his body tough and agile. But after a few frightening stumbles, even in places he knew like the back of his hand, he realized something had to change. Working with a caring local therapist, he learned to shorten his stride and pick up a slightly quicker step rhythm. The result? He hasn't fallen since. More than that, he told me he feels less exhausted at the end of the day because his muscles aren't constantly struggling to catch his balance. That small change gave him back his confidence and peace of mind. If you want to try this yourself, here's a simple trick. Walk at your usual pace and count how many steps you take in 10 seconds. Then, try again but with slightly shorter steps. If your step count goes up, that's a sign your movements are more controlled and centered. And if you use a cane or walker, remember the same principle applies. Keep your aid close to your body, not stretched too far ahead. Keep your steps compact, steady, and balanced right under you. Your body will thank you with steadier footing and a greater sense of safety. Remember, sometimes the smallest steps make the biggest difference, and that's a truth worth embracing at every stage of life. Step 5. Your core is your balance. So often, when people talk about staying steady on their feet, especially as we age, the first thing that comes to mind is leg strength. We picture strong calves, sturdy thighs, and powerful steps as the key to safe walking. But in reality, the foundation of your balance begins much deeper, right at the center of your body, your core. This crucial area includes the muscles of your abdomen, lower back, and hips. These muscles form a natural support belt that holds your spine tall and steady, giving you the strength to carry your body smoothly and safely through every movement. If your core muscles are weak or neglected, everything else in your body has to compensate. Your legs become tense and tight, your posture begins to slump forward or sway from side to side, and your walking becomes uneven and unstable. It's this imbalance that leads to those terrifying moments. The sudden stumbles, the unexpected wobbles, and sadly, sometimes, the painful falls that can change everything in an instant. I've seen firsthand how these moments shake people, not just physically but emotionally, and how fear can start to creep into everyday activities that once felt effortless. But here's something that fills me with hope every time I share it. You don't need to be a fitness fanatic or spend hours in the gym to build a strong core. Gentle, simple exercises you can do right at home are enough to make a profound difference. It's all about awakening those deep muscles, teaching your brain to pay attention to balance again, and rebuilding that connection that sometimes fades with age or inactivity. Let me walk you through a simple yet powerful exercise you can try immediately. Stand near a stable surface like a kitchen counter or a sturdy chair. Slowly lift one foot just a few inches off the floor and hold that position for 5 seconds. Then gently lower it and switch to the other foot. It may seem small, almost insignificant, but this tiny movement is like a whisper to your muscles and nervous system. It tells your body, wake up, focus, stay steady. Over time, this builds strength and confidence in your core and improves your overall balance, reducing the risk of falls. Even better, you can weave core strengthening into your daily routine without adding extra time. While brushing your teeth, waiting for the coffee to brew, or walking around your home, try pulling your belly button gently in toward your spine and holding it for a few seconds. This subtle action quietly activates your core muscles. No one will notice, but your body will feel the difference. Your muscles will grow stronger, your posture will improve, and your balance will become more reliable. I love sharing the story of Mrs. Lillian Aga, a vibrant 81-year-old woman who started doing these tiny exercises every day during her tea-making ritual. After just a few weeks, she shared with me how her morning walks felt completely different. "I used to feel shaky and unsure with every step," she said, her eyes shining with renewed confidence. "Now, it's like my body remembers how to stand tall and steady again. I feel proud and free." Stories like hers remind me how powerful small changes can be, especially when they help restore independence and joy in movement. So please, don't think of core strength as something reserved only for young athletes or the incredibly fit. It's a secret weapon available to all of us, no matter our age or fitness level. A strong core gives you more than just physical balance. It restores your freedom to move without fear, your confidence to live actively, and your sense of control over your own body. It's about feeling grounded, secure, and ready to embrace life fully. Remember, balance isn't just about staying on your feet, it's about standing tall in every part of your life. When your core is strong, you stand stronger against the challenges of aging. You gain freedom. You gain peace of mind. And you gain the joy of moving through your days with grace and strength. Step 6. Awareness of floor patterns and transitions. One of the most surprising and often overlooked causes of falls among older adults isn't something dramatic like a loose rug flipping up or a missing handrail to grab onto. Instead, it's the subtle moment when your brain simply doesn't fully register a change in the floor beneath your feet. This small disconnect between perception and reality is far more common than many realize, and it can be dangerously deceiving. As we grow older, the way our bodies and minds process the world around us changes gradually, almost imperceptibly. Our reflexes slow down, our vision becomes less sharp, and our brain's ability to quickly interpret sensory information declines just enough to create these small but critical gaps in awareness. When you encounter a sudden shift in your walking surface, a new color, a different texture, a change in lighting, your brain has to work harder to adjust. Unfortunately, that adjustment doesn't always happen fast enough. Take, for example, the transition between carpet and hardwood floors. To a young person, this is hardly noticeable. A quick step across different materials with no thought. But for an older adult, this simple change can be tricky. The sound beneath your shoes suddenly changes from a soft, muffled thump to a sharper click. The feel shifts from cushioned and warm to firm and cool. Even the temperature difference can make your foot hesitate just a moment longer than it should. If your mind is distracted, preoccupied, or your vision isn't perfect that day, this hesitation can throw off your balance entirely, causing a misstep or worse, a fall. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Physical therapists and fall prevention experts recommend a surprisingly simple yet powerful technique to help combat this issue. Quietly naming the surface you are about to step onto. Saying carpet, tile, step down, or rug to yourself as you walk might sound strange or overly cautious at first. But this verbal cue acts as a gentle reminder to your brain and body to prepare for the upcoming change. It anchors your awareness, sharpening your focus and engaging your muscles to respond appropriately. It's a form of mindful walking, helping you stay present and connected with every step. There's a beautiful story I heard about Peter, a 79-year-old widower from Minnesota, who learned this lesson the hard way. One day, he nearly slipped on a glossy, polished hallway floor in his home. The sudden shine and reflection had tricked his eyes, and his brain didn't alert his feet quickly enough. After that close call, Peter started to practice silently naming each surface he stepped on. Now, he says it feels like having an invisible safety net, keeping him one step ahead of potential slips. This simple habit gave him peace of mind and a newfound confidence he hadn't felt in years. Be especially cautious on floors with a high gloss or shine. Reflections from overhead lights, windows, or even sunlight streaming in can create illusions. Flat surfaces can suddenly appear uneven or slippery when they're not. This visual trickery can confuse anyone, but it's especially challenging for older adults whose depth perception or contrast sensitivity may have diminished over time. If you wear bifocals or progressive lenses, take extra care when navigating stairs, curbs, or floor transitions. These types of glasses can subtly distort your perception of distance and depth. What looks like a gentle step might be a larger drop, and that misjudgment can be costly. Many older adults don't realize how much their glasses impact their balance until they experience a close call or fall. In all these scenarios, the key is to treat every small shift in surface or lighting as a big deal. Give it your full attention. Slow down if you need to. The more intentional you are with your foot placement, the safer and more secure your movement becomes. Aging often brings with it more than just the physical reminders of time, aches, stiffness, and less energy. It also brings a quiet but powerful fear, the fear of falling. This fear is not just about the fall itself, but what might come after. The loss of independence, the pain, the embarrassment, the feeling of helplessness. This fear can silently grow inside many older adults, restricting their movement and confidence. But here's the beautiful truth. With small, conscious choices, you can reclaim that confidence. You can push back against that fear and take control of your movement again. The 6 walking techniques we have talked about today, including this one on floor awareness, aren't complicated or burdensome. They're natural movements and habits that your body already understands on some level. You're not learning something foreign. You're remembering a kind of wisdom you've always possessed. When practiced consistently, these steps create a powerful shift. Not only does your risk of falling decrease, but your whole experience of walking changes. You move with less hesitation and more freedom. You stop walking like you're afraid, and start moving like you're truly free. It's not about perfect balance or flawless technique. It's about walking with intention and respect for yourself. Every small change, lifting your head to look forward, swinging your arms gently, or calling out the floor change before stepping, builds towards something much bigger: independence and self-trust. So, please remember this. You are far from fragile. You are resilient. You are adapting, learning, and growing stronger every day, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Each step you take, especially the mindful ones, is a quiet, powerful testament to your courage and strength. Hold on to that truth, and walk forward with confidence. Thank you so much for watching and taking these important steps with me today. We've covered some simple but powerful techniques to help you walk more safely and confidently, especially the crucial awareness of floor patterns and transitions that many of us overlook. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned from this video that you're going to start practicing in your daily life? Maybe it's quietly naming the surfaces as you walk, or paying closer attention to shiny floors or changes in texture. Whatever it is, please share it in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to take that important step towards safer movement, too. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can build a community where everyone feels supported, empowered, and free to move with confidence. Take care, stay mindful, and keep stepping forward with strength.